Hi all, I'm Anushri and I'm studying in first MSc in Chemistry in JSS College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Ooty Road, Mysore. Today we are going to know about the qualitative and quantitative analysis in analytical chemistry. First, let us know about the qualitative analysis. Qualitative analysis in chemistry, also known as the systematic qualitative analysis, focusing on identifying the presence or absence of different chemical species such as the ions, elements or molecules within a substance without determining their extract quantities. It involves the observing reactions and physical properties to determine what is present in the sample. Quantitative analysis is the process of examining non-numerical data to uncover the patterns, themes and insights. It focuses on understanding the why and how behind a phenomenon rather than simply qualifying it. This approach is widely used in social science, education and healthcare to explore complex human behaviors and experience. There are some key aspects of basic qualitative analysis. They are the data collections, data analysis, key principles and examples of qualitative analysis. First, let us discuss about the data collection. Qualitative data is typically gathered through the interviews, focus groups, observations or the analysis of documents and text. The focus in-depth, rich and subjective informations often presented in words. Methods like focus groups and in-depth interviews are used to explore the belief, perceptions and psychosocial factors. There are some key points about the data analysis. First one is the organizing and preparing the data. This involves the transcribing interviews, organizing observations and preparing textual data from the analysis. Then coding and categorizing. Researchers identify and label the key concepts or the themes in the data. And third one is identifying the patterns and themes. This involves the looking or recurring patterns, similarities and differences in the data to uncover the broader theme. And interpreting the findings. Researchers have meaning from the coded data and develop the insights into the phenomenon under study. And the last one is communicating the results. Finding are typically presented in the descriptive and the narrative format, often supported by the examples from the data. Third one is the key principles. There are also some key points about the key principles. They are the analytical openness. Researchers can develop categories, themes or even theories from the data itself. Cycles and iterative process. Analysis often occurs alongside data collections, allowing researchers to refine their questions and explore their new avenues. Emphasis on context and depth. Qualitative analysis aims to understand the whole picture and the meaning behind the actions and behaviors. Last one is the research as instrument. These researchers' own perspectives and biases are recognized and considered in the interpretations of the data. Here some are the examples for the qualitative analysis. This explains the identifying the cations in the aqueous solutions and identifying the anions in the aqueous solutions. And last point is the qualitative analysis of organic compounds. First is the identifying the cations in the aqueous solutions. A series of reagents are added to the unknown solutions to precipitate the specific groups of cations, which are then further analyzed to identify the each cation individually. Identifying anions in the aqueous solution. Similarly, specific reagents are used to react with the anions, producing observable reactions that indicate their presence. And last point is the qualitative analysis of organic compounds. Observing reactions and physical properties such as the melting point and reactions with a specific reagent can help the identifying the presence of functional groups or the specific element in the organic compound. Qualitative analysis is a deductive process in chemistry using observations and specific reactions to identify the ingredients within the chemical sample. Now let us discuss about the quantitative analysis. Quantitative analysis involves using the numerical data and the statistical methods to understand and analyze a variety of information. It is a systematic process of collecting evaluating and interpreting measurable data to gain insights and make informed decisions. That is the data collections, statistical analysis, interpretation of results and applications. Some methods for the quantitative analysis, that is the data collection, statistical analysis, interpretation of results and applications. Data collection, gathering of numerical data from various sources such as surveys, experiments or existing records. Statistical analysis, applying statistical technique to descriptive statistics, irrigations analysis and hypothesis testings to analyze the collected data. Interpretations of results, drawing meaningful conclusion and making inference based on the statistical findings. And the last one is the applications, using the insights gained from the quantitative analysis to inform the decision making in various fields like finance, business and research. And steps involved in the quantitative analysis, that is defining the problem, second step data collection, and third step data analysis, fourth step interpretation, and the last step is the reporting. First step is the defining the problems, clearly identify the research questions or problems to be addressed. Second one is the data collection, gather relevant numerical data from the appropriate sources. Third is the data analysis, apply statistical method to analyze the data. The fourth step is the interpretation, drawing meaningful conclusion and make inference. The last step is the reporting, communicating the findings and insights in a clear or convinced manner. Types of quantitative analysis. There are three types of quantitative analysis. They are the descriptive analysis, inferential analysis and regression analysis. First, let us discuss about the descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis, summarizing and describing the data using like mean, median and standard deviation. Inferential analysis, drawing conclusion about a population based on sample data using technique like hypothesis testing and regression analysis. Regression analysis, predicting a independent variables based on one or more independent variables. There are some benefits for the quantitative analysis, they are the objective and the reliable, insightful and informative, data driven decisions and predictive capabilities. First one is the objective and reliable, based on numerical data and statistical method, reducing the risk of biases. Insights and informative, producing detailed insights into patterns, trends and relationship in the data. Third one is the data and driven decisions, supporting informed decision making based on evidence and data. Predictive capabilities, allowing for predictions and forecasts based on historical and current data. There are some examples for the quantitative analysis such as finance, business, research and healthcare. In finance, analyzing the financial data, stock prices and market trends to make investment decisions. Business, conducting market research, analyzing the sales data and evaluating the customer satisfactions. And third is the research, using experiments and survey to test hypotheses and gather evidences. Last one is the healthcare. In healthcare, analyzing patient data to identify the patterns, predict outcomes and improve the treatment strategies. Now let us discuss about the differences between the qualitative analysis and the quantitative analysis. In qualitative analysis, it is a subjective analysis that is more concerned with non-statistical data that cannot be computed. In quantitative analysis, it is an objective analysis that can quantify the data. Second point is the typical data include color, gender, nationality and religion and many more. In quantitative analysis, typical data include measurable quantities such as the size, length, mass, weight and many more. In qualitative analysis, the analysis is used to understand why certain phenomena occurred. In quantitative, the analysis is concerned with how many and how much certain phenomena occurs. In qualitative, sample is small and is non-representative of the entire population. In quantitative, the sample is large and can be generalized to cover the entire population. Interpretations and understands the social interactions. In qualitative analysis, test hypotheses and gives further predictions in quantitative analysis. Research methodology is exploratory. In qualitative analysis, research methodology is often conclusive in quantitative analysis. These are the some introduction, definition, key aspects, applications, examples and difference between the quantitative and qualitative analysis. Thank you.